The opinions expressed in this program reflect only those of the participants and are not necessarily those of the sponsors, management, or staff of WTBQ Radio or FST Broadcasting Corporation.
WTBQ.
Good morning. You are tuned into the Nonprofit Notebook with Greystone Programs. I am Anquinette Hayles, the Advancement Consultant, and today I have a very special guest with us. We have the beautiful Rasheena Mallory. She is the Director of Residential Services. Welcome, Rasheena.
Hello, hello.
We've been trying to get Rasheena on the broadcast for a few months now, I'm so excited.
Busy.
I know. It's that time of year.
It's that time of year.
So, Rasheena, tell us a little bit about you.
Well, there's not much, well, there's a lot to say. We don't have much time, I should say that. Well, basically, I'm a mom. I have one son. I got into this field very early, and I became to just fall in love with what I do. So for me, I'm a people person to a point, but I do love what I do for work. That's like family to me. So I'm a family-oriented person. So this has became my extended family. So,
I love that. I love that you see it as family. And I think sometimes, you search and search and search for the right position, and to be able to call it home is just like a wonderful experience. So tell us a little bit about like what you do specifically as Director of Residential.
Ooh, okay. It's a big hat and big shoes to fill for sure. Wasn't something that I thought that I would be actually doing. I've done a lot within Greystone. I've been with Greystone for it's gonna be 26 years.
26
in February.
years. Wow.
But in this role, you see things a little differently. You see things from a different angle, different perspective. We do have 17 programs, residential programs, and also 2 apartments. So it's kind of, for me, it's the whole gamut. So I oversee all of that. We have managers. I have 4 assistant directors and stuff. And it's just basically maintaining people's lives, making sure that they're safe, making sure that they're living a valued life. It's a lot that comes with it. I don't even know where to begin. So
Sounds like a lot of moving parts.
Yeah, a lot of moving pieces. Anywhere from finance to, safe and security. Like even if we have our technology is like booming, just trying to enhance people's lives. So it takes a village for sure. I couldn't do my role alone without the collection of people like on my team. So.
Absolutely. And that's the mission of Greystone, right? Is to really enhance the lives of the individuals and the families that we serve. And I just think that it's wonderful that it's no I, it's a team. And you've been able to, over the years, just kind of see the maturation of the organization, because you yourself have like moved up on the team. You started out as a DSP, right?
Yes.
And then you moved up to, back in 97?
I kind of stumbled into the field. Didn't know what to expect. I was very nervous to even see if I could even make a difference with this population. I was very young. And 20-something years later, I've just advanced through it because it's just embedded in my heart. It's something that I just enjoy doing. Some people couldn't understand why or whatever, and I tell people you should just give it a try, because I never thought that I would, even get to the point that I just love what I do. You know? And especially to be so young, it was like,
young, and you're figuring it out.
Yeah, so it was
a lot of trial and error.
Yeah, and like I said, Greystone's like a second family to me, and I feel like they helped me figure it out. So
I love that.
While I'm on the radio, I will definitely say, if you don't know where path you're supposed to go, you should definitely come and join an awesome team. You don't need experience. We train you. and that's how I started, and I'm big on, people starting from a DSP perspective because it gives you the value of the job.
Absolutely.
So no matter what position you go in, if you have that experience, it always brings you back to why you do what you do.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, sometimes you have the days like, why am I doing what I'm doing? But I have those moments, and those are the moments that I draw back to when I work right alongside with the individuals. It just helps me keep grounded, and it brings purpose in my life. So it's very, very rewarding field, I should say. So if you're not sure where to go or you're looking for something new, definitely give us a shout at Greystone Programs.
Absolutely. You can go to greystoneprograms.com if you're interested in kind of following in the same footsteps as Rasheena and starting, at the DSP level, or even if there's something else that interests you, we definitely encourage you to check out Greystone Programs. But tell us just a little bit about how important just kind of keeping the residential services, like not necessarily like going, but just kind of you're spearheading that, right? So you kind of talked a little about like what goes into it, but how do you keep it going? Like what's the driving force behind it besides the mission?
I guess the people, we have a lot of folks that are very vocal on what their wants and needs are. We have a lot of staff that support them, that definitely advocate on a daily basis. Families are big, with part of folks' lives and stuff. So when you have like a group of people that can either speak up for themselves or have a group of people that can speak on their behalf, that's the driving force, because if it's something that we never done that before, we never looked at that before, we're going to look at it, we're going to do it, we're going to get it done. We've done, I'm trying to, draw from, some, experiences, but it could be something as small as, someone learning, how to iron, or someone learning how to cook. But even though they're learning how to cook, we also have to look at the safety to that.
Yep.
We have to look at the whole gamut.
Absolutely.
So it could be something, something minor to something huge. I know one year we had, because I know we do the leap every year, and
yes,
I know one of the individuals were actually going to jump. That was like on their bucket list,
Wow.
Due to some other circumstances and stuff, she wasn't able to do it. But it's still something that she's, looking to do in the future. But she was on the team. She still
raised money.
Yeah, she still raised money. Everybody still supported her, and supported the team that she was on.
That's awesome.
The fact that we all supported her wanting to do that, to take that leap, is just awesome to me, because some people would be like, no, she can't do that. She can't, but we could do anything we put our hearts to.
Absolutely.
And that's the driving force. So if something strikes in someone's life that they would like to see into fruition, that's where the direction we need to go.
And I love that it's not like a fast no,
right.
And it's not a fast yes either. It's just kind of, we have to see, that everything checks out, and then we can move forward with it. And so it kind of creates a milestone for that individual. It's
Absolutely.
Like at some point this can happen for you, or we hope that it can, and we're going to do everything in our power and ability to make this a reality for you. So that's awesome. Again, when the team can come together and really work towards a common goal, and that happens a lot in residential.
It
right?
does. I mean, everything is a team approach, from the nursing to the behaviorists to the DSPs to the management team. Of course, the person, their families, everything just makes things come together.
Yes. So it is all about the teams. Folks, you are listening to the Nonprofit Notebook with Greystone Programs. We're going to go to a quick commercial break.
Greystone Programs is a nonprofit human services agency that provides essential services to more than 600 children, adults, and families living with autism and other developmental disabilities. Greystone Programs also provides residential support in a community environment with 17 homes in the Mid-Hudson Valley area. Greystone Programs offers exceptional care and support through a variety of programs and services. To get involved or for more information, visit greystoneprograms.org.
This is attorney Bob Gruhulik of the law firm Beatty & Gruhulik, the lawyer guy. Tune in every Tuesday at 12 noon for the latest legal advice and tips. We're taking calls and giving answers to all your legal questions. That's every Tuesday at 12 noon on radio worth listening to.
WTBQ.
We are back with the Nonprofit Notebook. My name is Anquinette Hayles. I am the Greystone Programs Advancement Consultant. And here with me today, I have Rasheena Mallory. She is the Residential Director. Rasheena, tell us a little bit about the teamwork that goes into each of the houses. Before we went to commercial break, we were just kind of talking about everyone that makes up the successful residential program that Greystone Programs has. So what specifically is like required for each of the homes?
Well, each home, as far as the team goes, each home, has a nurse that they're assigned to. They have a behavior support person that's assigned to the residents. They have a manager who kind of manages the whole gamut of the house. There's an assistant manager. Sometimes, depending on the complexity of the homes, there's some homes that we have program coordinators just because it's more coordination that needs to get involved for all the individuals' needs. But there's always a manager and there's always an assistant. There's always nursing on deck. There's always behavior supports on deck. And then, of course, we have our workforce, which is our direct support professionals broken into shifts, first, second, third, open 24/7, providing exceptional services to the people that we support every day.
Wow.
So that's in one house.
That's in one house.
Yeah.
And
So
we have 17.
We have 17.
And counting.
And counting. So as far as the management team, they're just assigned to, that locations, like where you have your residence manager, your assistant residence manager. But like the nursing and behavior specialists, they would have several other homes on their caseload. They have regular meetings to kind of tie in everything, but where everyone is kind of connected, which we call our clinical meetings, which is kind of covers like their medical appointments and stuff. The nurse and the manager has meetings just to make sure like appointments and things are made. The behavior specialists and the management team, they kind of meet to have like, meetings regarding anything behavioral or, those type of things that's going on. So there's always a meeting happening.
Always a meeting.
And
that's how you keep the team going.
That's how the team gets going, because you got to meet, go back, execute, bring it back to the table, see what worked, what didn't work. So a lot of times it could be a lot of, back and forth. We have what we call like a specialized IDT meeting, which is, where you kind of, if something happens or if we're looking to explore something to learn more, or it could be something great. It could be something that's not so great that needs to be discussed, where you kind of pull the team together, which also includes their families, advocates of that individual. And it just gives a time to kind of like just go through whatever that situation is.
In detail.
In great detail, put things in writing, make recommendations. Everyone's assigned their little tasks to do, just to follow up or make something happen. Because sometimes you have to have action steps. You have to have an action plan.
Okay.
And it's really great because even though sometimes when we have to call those meetings, it's conflicting with other meetings and everything. But one thing I do know, that everyone stops what they're doing, figures out where to pivot and come together for that person, like whatever it is that's going on.
Absolutely.
So, and that's in between, their regular yearly meetings that they would have with their care manager and stuff. So
now for those who are listening and they're not familiar with like the acronyms that come along with direct service, what is the IDT? Am I saying that right? What does that stand for?
it's an interdisciplinary team meeting.
Okay.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Sometimes you use the acronym so much that you forget what they mean yourself.
You've been doing this for 26 years.
I don't speak nothing but acronym now. But yeah, so that's just, another way of saying that person's immediate team comes together. So it's like we call it a specialized meeting because it's not something that was already on the calendar. It's something that came up and we need to talk about like ASAP,
Okay.
kind of thing, to kind of address issues or even something, like I said, it doesn't have to always be for the negative or that something happened. It could be something special that's going on that needs immediate attention, to help this person get to where they're trying to go,
Hit their milestones. So now how do you, or how does Greystone, the team, decide like when changes need to be made to like a particular home? How do you guys set the structure up, or who makes
It actually does start with one of those meetings.
It does. Okay. I thought so. That's why I went down this line of questioning.
Yeah, it definitely will start there when we start identifying, someone could be, because, everyone gets older, someone's aging, or you noticing that, there's things, how the home is set up now, we're starting to notice that they can't really get around in their home as comfortably as they once would. That happens in our own everyday life, I know, like, even with my grandparents, they had upstairs and downstairs. It's like they can't keep going upstairs and downstairs, So it does start with one of those meetings to kind of identify, like, we're starting to see we need some different supports or something to kind of make this work, we want to keep people in their home,
Absolutely.
So from there, a lot of times recommendations come up to even, speak with our facilities department, who is a big part of our world every day, just because they are there fixing buildings,
They're making it happen.
Yeah, they're making it happen. So we always go that route to see, like, is there anything we could do to kind of whatever? And sometimes it comes to a roadblock because it might be something that's really out of their immediate hands.
Right.
And we might need to take things a step further. So it does start from that little meeting, and then it comes outside, because when we have to go outside to our bigger part of the team to get people involved, like, look, we're identifying that we have an issue. Yeah.
And that's kind of where we are right now. We are currently running an online auction, and we are helping to raise money to do renovations in the Salt Point IRA home.
Yep.
So that started from kind of a small conversation, and now it's kind of expanded to.
And now it's being.
Now it's community wide, and we are just looking for the love and support from the community. Absolutely. There are 7 wonderful individuals, men who live in the home. I've only had the opportunity to meet one.
Okay.
And he actually threw the first pitch at Autism Awareness Night, and just to see the smile on his face, and it was just so moving, and it was warm, and just to know that, like, there are things, like you said, where they have been in the home for quite some time, and there are just things that they need to have changed to. That environment is so important. So if you are listening, just know that you can go to greystoneprograms.com and check out our online auction and support us making a home for the 7 gentlemen who are currently at our Salt Point location.
Yes, please. Any little bit can help.
Every little bit can help. And if you cannot take part in the auction, you can always give a donation or cheer us online. You can check our social medias out. We're on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. And so definitely stop by our social pages and just give some encouragement, because we got a lot of great things coming up. But this one in particular, and we know that today is also election day, but we want you to check out greystoneprograms.com and also get out to vote if you haven't done so already. So how are you balancing all of this, Rasheena? The work-life balance. You're running 17 homes, really 18 if you think about it, because you're running your own home as well. We talk about work-life balance,
And I'm a true believer of it because I'm sure it's there somewhere,
It's there.
But sometimes, you just have to prioritize things. Work has always been a priority for me, but sometimes life happens too. So you have to know when, and that's why you have a team. So I have great teammates that helps me balance. We help balance each other. Like you might need to take off for a little bit, or or I got you this week. Go you get your rest, or handle what you need to handle. So. It definitely takes a team for that balance to come together, for sure. Because I cannot do this job alone. So I have to be clear with that. It's not a me alone thing.
Not an I thing.
At all. Not at all.
There's no I in teams. But it's great though, because it's an extended family. So of course we all kind of feel the pressures of life. But just having a rewarding position and just kind of going back to that a little bit is just something that a lot of people wish for. Some people drive to their jobs every day and they completely hate it.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
to have found something that's rewarding, it's goal oriented. You've had the opportunity to move up multiple times to now being the director.
Absolutely.
It just really says a lot about not just you as a person and as a professional, but Greystone programs and just the ability and opportunities that you can experience within.
And I feel like we take good care of our people, our individuals and our employees, I'm not going to say every day is an easy day, in the life of residential, because I always say we open 24/7, so we're like 7-Eleven over here. But
is 7-Eleven open 24/7 still?
It used to be. I don't think they do
maybe
that anymore.
Maybe that's pre-COVID.
Yeah, definitely pre-COVID. Nothing is open anymore after COVID. But but I think that's what keeps the yin to the yang, is having a good team. We can get a call 3:00 in the morning. We can have a call 3:00 in the afternoon, and just having the right people in the right places. We call it the right seat on the bus. Sometimes we got to switch seats, depending on what the situation is, So
Absolutely.
Got to balance each other out. So it's not just, like you said, it's not an I thing. It's a we thing. It's not a me thing. But we have to balance each other out. So.
Absolutely. And I've seen that firsthand. And I know sometimes people say, oh, it's a hard stop, 5:00, I'm no longer working. But I've been able to firsthand experience seeing like the emails that are coming through at like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. And it's not just like one person sending it out. It is a conversation happening via email. And I'm just like, wow, like the dedication and just the commitment is just, it's amazing to see.
Even like go to sleep,
If you see
and
it.
then I'm like, I'm up too though,
Right, you're up to send the go to sleep. So now you've added to the conversation that's happening at 3 a.m. But again, it's just so great. So what is there anything that you just want to kind of share as we kind of come to a close today of our programming?
Just basically, this field alone has taken a huge, hit with staffing. So that's a big part of my, that keeps me up all night.
Year to do.
And just figuring out, just to make sure we have a good quality people coming in. So I would definitely say, if there's folks that are questioning what they want to do, which avenue to go. We even offer tuition assistance that I even myself was able to take advantage of.
Wow.
It's a good start off place, because I started off and turned into many different avenues that I didn't see coming. So direct support professional positions are out there. We are very flexible with scheduling and stuff, always to a point. Can't say everybody's off, when they want to, but it's a rewarding field. So come join us.
Come join us. And don't forget, we have our online auction going on currently until November the 11th. We're raising funds for 7 amazing individuals who live in our Salt Point IRA home. You can check that out and get more information at www.greystoneprograms.com. You've been listening to the Nonprofit Notebook with Greystone Programs. And you've heard from Rasheena Mallory, our Director of Residential Services, and I'm Anquinette Hayles, the Advancement Consultant. Thank you for listening.